first, you think everyone sees it. The replacements, the altered language, the emotional deadness in familiar faces, the strange acceptance of things that should feel wrong. You assume people are noticing. Then slowly, horrifyingly, you realize they are not. Some are disturbed, some are asking questions, but many are adapting, smiling, defending the machine. And that is when the real terror begins. Because the human species is no longer one population, it has divided. Welcome to Mysterious Encounters. Tonight's case file is not about the Watchers. It is about what happened to us after the Watchers embedded too deeply. Tonight, the divided, the moment humanity split into separate realities. The changes did not happen all at once. They came in layers. Language became flatter. Attention spans became shorter. Empathy became optional. Outrage became entertainment. Faces still looked human. Conversations still sounded normal. But underneath, something fundamental was separating. One group still felt friction. They sensed that interactions were becoming hollow, that systems were becoming colder, that people were repeating preloaded opinions with no interior thought behind them. The other group felt no such alarm to them. The speed felt efficient. The numbness felt practical. The scripted responses felt civilized. Two populations standing in the same room, processing completely different realities. This is important. The machine does not punish everyone equally. It rewards those who synchronize. The adapted receive comfort, faster service, easier approval, social validation, algorithmic visibility, a constant stream of entertainment dense enough to prevent reflection. Compliance begins to feel like normal life. Questioning begins to feel exhausting. And so millions drift toward the path of least resistance. Not because they are evil, because adaptation is easier than awareness. Meanwhile, the awakened experience the opposite. Delays, blocks, social isolation, digital friction, financial inconvenience, psychological fatigue. The machine makes consciousness expensive, and comfort has always been humanity's favorite narcotic. This is where the division becomes personal. You begin speaking to friends, family, partners, and something feels off. Not disagreement, absence. You present evidence, they shrug. You describe obvious manipulation, they laugh. You point to contradictions, they repeat headlines. It feels less like arguing with a person, and more like colliding with a script. The emotional bandwidth narrows, depth disappears. Responses become pre-formatted, and the most disturbing part is this. Many of the divided still look exactly like the people you love, which means grief begins before anyone physically leaves. You start mourning the living. Once the split deepens, speaking becomes risky. Because the adapted majority protects the machine instinctively, not always consciously, but reflexively. Anyone who questions too much becomes negative, paranoid, unstable, difficult. Truth shifts from being a shared search to a social liability. People learn quickly. Silence keeps relationships intact. Compliance keeps employment stable. Agreement keeps life smooth. And this is how false reality hardens. Not because every person believes it, but because enough people stop resisting it out loud. The machine does not need unanimous loyalty. It only needs widespread exhaustion. This is the lesson the awakened resists the longest. You think if you explain it better, they will see. If you show more proof, they will wake. If you love them hard enough, they will return. Sometimes they do, many do not. Because perception is no longer only informational, it is infrastructural. Some minds are now fully scaffolded by the machine. Their routines, emotions, identities, and comforts are synchronized to it. To awaken would require the collapse of the very architecture they depend on, so they choose the simulation. Again and again, this is the brutal truth. Not everyone is crossing with you. So where does that leave us? It means the front line is no longer hidden in boardrooms or black sites. It is at dinner tables, group chats, workplaces, comment sections, marriages, friendships. The species has split by perception. One side moving deeper into managed reality, one side struggling to preserve unprogrammed consciousness, and both sides are calling the other insane. This is no longer a distant conspiracy. This is civilizational bifurcation in real time. The divided are not two classes, not two nations, not two political camps. They are two human conditions emerging inside the same collapsing world, those adapting to artificial comfort, and those suffering through awareness. The Watchers did not need to conquer humanity from above. They only needed humanity to stop experiencing reality together. And once that happened, the split became self-sustaining.